After the briefing, we set off towards Livorno, since a longer stretch of motorway lies ahead, and the travel rhythm on my electric motorcycle is quite different from that of the combustion engine bikes. I'll be riding on my own today. Along the way I passed the Ponte della Maddalena, better known as the Devil's Bridge. The Ponte della Maddalena is a striking stone arch bridge dating back to the 14th century, spanning the Serchio River in Tuscany. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't exactly on our side. To make matters worse, some water found its way into my panniers, so the first thing I had to do in my cabin was hang up my gear to dry. That meant heading to dinner wearing clothes that were still only half dry. In the morning we arrive in Olbia, just south of the famous Costa Smeralda. Stretching north of the port city of Olbia all the way to Palau, the Costa Smeralda is one of Sardinia's most spectacular coastal regions. Its name is believed to come from the sea's remarkable color, which often shimmers in shades of emerald green. Unfortunately, my boots never fully dried, so we leave Olbia with wet feet and head east, straight into Sardinia's motorcycle paradise. On winding roads we climb into the Monte Limbara mountain range. Towering above us are the two unmistakable granite peaks that can be seen from far away. Punta Balistreri at 1,363 meters and Punta Saberita at 1,359 meters. The ride to Cala Gonone alone is spectacular. From the town of Dorgali, we pass through a tunnel that leads us down towards the coast. Today's route takes us around the Gennargentu Mountains, home to Punta La Marmora, Sardinia's highest peak at 1,834 meters. What follows is one long, seemingly endless dance through curves, more than 180 kilometers of twisty roads winding through some of the island's most spectacular landscapes. By the afternoon, two more highlights await us: the ghost town of Gairo, abandoned after devastating floods, and the striking red rocks of Arbatax, rising dramatically from the coast. The ghost town of Gairo Vecchio. Once a thriving village, Gairo Vecchio is now little more than a collection of ruins. It is perhaps the best known ghost town in Sardinia, and certainly one of the most fascinating. The turning point came in 1951, when the region was struck by one of the worst natural disasters in its history. Between October 14th and 19th, violent storms raged across Sardinia. Mudslides swept through the countryside, roads were washed away. Entire communities became isolated and reservoirs overflowed. Gairo Vecchio was hit particularly hard. A massive mudslide buried nearly half of the village. Today we had three options: a rest day, a visit to the Grotta del Bue Marino, or a motorcycle ride. The decision was easy. Everyone felt like putting a few more curves under their wheels. We passed by the Nuraghe complex of Nodul, one of Sardinia's most important archaeological sites. Rich in monuments and historical remains, it bears witness to continuous human settlement since ancient times and reflects a large part of Sardinia's fascinating history. Within the extensive Nuragic settlement lies a unique sacred area, a large enclosed sanctuary with several circular structures, centered around an impressive Nuragic sacred well that still contains water today. We first followed the Orientale Sarda south for a while before turning onto smaller roads and heading back into the island's rugged interior. From there, fantastic motorcycle roads lead us through the Supramonte mountains and on towards the small town of Orgosolo. Renowned for its rebellious past, the town still proudly displays its history through striking political murals and street art that cover many of its buildings. The Supramonte, like Sardinia's highest mountain range, the Gennargentu, the Supramonte is part of the vast Barbagia highlands. This is the land of shepherds, where sheep and goats graze among the evergreen Mediterranean shrubland, known as the Macchia. Scattered across the rugged landscape are Orgosolo is famous for its murals. These political wall paintings can be found throughout the town and have become one of its defining features. Since around 1969, the murals have reflected various aspects of Sardinia's political and social struggles, while also addressing international issues and events. Vittorio De Seta's film Bandits of Orgosolo, 1961, offers a powerful glimpse into the traditional way of life in central Sardinia and the bandit culture that once existed there. Because of its high crime rate, Orgosolo was once known as the village of murderers. Bandits from the surrounding mountains were said to use the church door as a place to post death sentences against their enemies. Today we begin by following the coastal road north to Orossi, where we have the opportunity to stock up on local specialties and regional delicacies. From there, we once again leave the coast behind and head into Sardinia's rugged interior. One of the highlights along the route is the Nuraghe of Noel, where we stop for photos. If the weather cooperates, we'll also enjoy our lunch break here. Nuraghe Loele near Buduso. The term Nuraghe refers to the prehistoric stone towers that are unique to Sardinia. Their origins date back to the Bonanaro culture around 2200 to 1600 BC and the later Nuragic civilization around 1600 to 400 BC. At roughly the same time, the Taurian culture in southern Corsica was building similar structures. According to more recent estimates, around 10,000 nuraghi were built across Sardinia, resulting in a remarkable variety of designs and architectural forms. Their exact purpose remains a subject of debate among archaeologists. Current research suggests that these impressive structures may have served either as residential settlements, defensive fortresses, or a combination of both. Now we set our course for the final highlight of our journey, the Costa Smeralda, the famous Emerald Coast. We cruise along the coastal road through this stunning region, and it quickly becomes clear why it has long been a favorite destination of the rich and famous. With its turquoise waters, rugged coastline and elegant seaside towns, the Costa Smeralda is one of Sardinia's most spectacular landscapes. There's still time for a few more photo stops, and we also enjoy our final dinner here before heading to the port of Olbia, where we board the ferry for the return journey to mainland Italy. Early in the morning we arrive back in Livorno. With solid ground beneath our wheels once again, we head towards Pisa. Our tour guides have rented a garage for the motorcycles, allowing us to finally shed our riding gear and explore the city in comfort. Pisa was one of the four great maritime republics of medieval Italy, alongside Amalfi, Genoa and Venice. The city's world-famous landmark is, of course, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Originally designed as a freestanding bell tower for the cathedral, it began to tilt towards the southeast just 12 years after construction had started. Unfortunately, the next day it's already time to head home. As the Foca Pass is still closed, I once again take the route through the Varenna tunnel.